everyone. Really excited to be able to talk to you today about partnering with parents. So first of all, we are not the primary caregivers, nor are we the ones primarily responsible for discipling their children in our kids' ministry. But we are in such a privileged position to help parents raise their children in the ways of the Lord. The Bible is full of instructions on the importance of leading your child well, yet so often parents feel out of their depth. You might actually find some parents bringing their kids to church to sort them out. While we disagree with this motive, we won't turn down the opportunity to reach another family with the gospel and trust that the whole family is turned around, set on fire for Jesus. Your role as a leader isn't to tell your parents how to do their jobs, but you'll have many opportunities to help parents in some ways. And they may even come to you for advice. But until such time, let's show them that we're on their side and that we are rooting for their children to come into all that God has for them. So one of the great examples for me would be, recently we had some leaders come to watch our boy play a rugby match. And it was just 30 minutes. And they were there shouting his name, encouraging him. It just made him feel like 2 meters tall. It gave him such courage to play. And it was a great connection point for the Sunday as well. From there on, the leaders could refer back to that experience. We even recently had a leader just go skateboarding with one of our children, and he came back just loving it. And it takes that relationship so much deeper. And all those leaders just contacted us, said, how can we help and be part of their lives? And those are some of the things we came up with. So ultimately, we want to help parents recognize their role as a primary discipler in a child's life. We don't want them turning to the church to disciple their children. What generally hinders parents from taking on this responsibility themselves is that they don't feel equipped, and that's the area that we can help. Families will only be living out the gospel in their homes if the parents have been transformed by the gospel themselves. So if you recognize a family in this category, pray for them, that they would encounter Jesus, and then guide them towards getting connected into church life so that they can find more about God. This could mean that you could take the conversation further with them yourselves, or ask someone else in your congregation to connect with them. Why not even ask a parent with kids of a similar age to connect with them? As new families get connected into church life, they'll start to realize that parenting and healthy families are things that the church values and that God places a huge emphasis on. You can make sure that children are included in church events to constantly remind families that the kids are part of us and we want them around. We also want our kids to go home and be able to talk about what they've learned with their parents, but they often forget some of the key points. Find ways to communicate the Bible lessons to parents each week. One of the best ways of partnering with parents is getting parents into your serving team. Having them on board models something to other parents that it's important to take ownership for their kids' faith. While at the same time, being on team constantly reinforces that truth for themselves as they get to see what their kids are learning. While children are the focus of kids' ministry, they certainly aren't the only ones impacted by it. When families are transformed, the gospel is multiplied to impact entire communities and beyond. We've seen so many examples where a child gets to know Jesus, and that becomes a catalyst for the whole family to change. And even recently, we saw a young girl come to Kids Ablaze, kids ministry, get to know Jesus, and the following week, her mother came to know Jesus. I mean, what a privilege. So the child played a role in that whole process. While some of these ways of partnering with parents would be primarily driven by our congregation coordinator, here are 4 ways every leader can partner with parents. Number 1, pray for the children. Such an easy thing to do. But just take time in the week to pray for the kids in your age group. Think of some of the things they may have shared with you that they are worried about. Pray for the relationship with the Lord to be strengthened even. Second one is to pray for the families. Ask Jesus just to guide you as you pray for the parents and their parenting. Intercede for families that are going through difficult times and ask God to strengthen those connections within the families. The third one would be to connect with the parents. So when the parents are dropping off or collecting their kids, take the opportunity to meet them and take an interest in their lives. When you see them on the Sundays that you're not in kids ministry, greet them and ask them how they are doing. Give encouraging feedback as much as you can. If you're liberal with that encouraging feedback, it makes it easier when you have to give harder feedback. The fourth one would be to give the parents helpful feedback. Parents need to hear from you. You may recognize a pattern of behavior that needs to be addressed. Get your team leader to help you bring it to the parents' attention. But don't just give them the negative feedback. Remember to tell them the good stuff, as we mentioned before. Recently, one of my children was a bit over eager with answering questions and attention seeking actually. And the leaders were able to just come to me and say something about that. And it created a great moment for me to connect with my son about why he's behaving in a certain way. And it was just a great way for me to help my son. So those are some helpful things you can apply, but please do check the manual for some more tips and just ways of connecting with parents.